Yes, we're talking about Porcupine. And the reason why is because I saw him on She-Hulk, and I went, hey, I want to talk about him because I thought he looked cool, so that's what we're doing. Porcupine made his first appearance in Tales To Astonish, issue 48 from 1963 as an AntMan villain. Porcupine is Alex Gentry, a government scientist who was tasked to make camo weapons for the military. And he made this suit. And he wasn't like the idea that the government using it, despite the fact that that's the whole suit's purpose. He instead uses it for crimes. For reasons. I have some questions, Alex. First off, why'd you make it? Do you think they just wanted it for fun? They clearly wanted to weaponize it, but yet you're some reason shocked when you find out they wanted it for a weapon. Second, why turn to crime? I thought you didn't want it to be used poorly. Shouldn't you have destroyed it? You yourself are committing crimes despite the fact that you don't want it to be used for crime. Or is it just war crimes you don't want it to be used for? If you want to rob a bank wearing this suit, go right ahead, but don't you dare shoot somebody in the middle of a war wearing it. But if you want to murder somebody on the street, just go right ahead. After his first fight with Ant-Man, he would swap around the Marvel Universe, fighting the X-Men, fighting Ant-Man again. He would also later team up with Unicorn, Eel, and Plantman to fight Captain America. Yes, that is their real names. Also, Unicorn is an Iron Man villain. Eel, I'm pretty sure, is an X-Men villain. I don't know who hell Plantman fights, but why are they going against Captain America? None of them have anything against him. That is a really, really weird idea. Later on, he would end up getting redemption when he was hired by Justin Hammer along with other group of villains. But he betrayed Justin Hammer, but it was already too late, being killed off by the Serpent Society, dying in Captain America's arms. This was Captain America issue 315 from 1986. Like every single comic book character to ever exist, he would of course return. This time in She-Hulk comics, where he was really alive again with no explanation. He was also a villain again with no explanation. He was one of the villains testifying in a case. But when She-Hulk asks, aren't you meant to be dead? He replies of, yes, I forgot about that, and then falls on a courtroom floor and dies again on the spot. I know it's meant to be a joke, but what? How did he come back to life? Why is he a villain again? And why did he die a second time with no explanation again? It's very confusing. Similar thing to the Serpent Society, while it's not really said what happened to him when he got killed by them, at least we know how he actually died. It happened kind of off panel, but we know it happened. This time around, we don't know anything. He dies on panel, but we don't see from what. He just got killed off because She-Hulk asked, aren't you meant to be dead? And he replies with, oh yeah, I forgot about that, and he just died on the spot. I know it's probably meant to be a fourth wall joke, but it's a little weird. Porcupine will be brought back again, being resurrected by Arm Zola. This time, though, it wasn't actually explained why he was brought back. Well, it was kind of explained why he was brought back, that being Arm Zola brought him back. Along with a couple other villains in Deadpool comics. And that would be it. He would appear after here and there as a background character, and that's kind of where he stands. Overall, I don't understand anything, really. I don't understand the character in any capacity. Why did he make this weapon for the government and then just immediately take it back? Why was he alive, then dead again in a courtroom? Why did he randomly become a villain, then got redeemed and became a villain again? I have a lot of questions, a lot of questions. And this is probably the most confused I've ever been for a retrospective. And I've talked about a lot of weird characters. Even characters like Luminai, who is meant to be an adult Supergirl, who's Superman, who's her adult cousin, and Supergirl is a teenage girl. Superman fell in love with his teenage teenage cousin's doppelganger. Yeah, and I think Porcupine is weirdly more confusing than that. When it comes down to adaptations, the characters only ever appeared in the MCU's recent show. She-Hulk is one of the heroes in group therapy. I thought he was funny. Nothing special, but considering his comic book history, I can understand that. And honestly, I think they improved it, because they didn't have him die this time. Honestly, I have to say, I don't understand. He's died twice, turned to villainy for no real reason, and doesn't really do much but die. I don't understand. And it's not just a She-Hulk appearance from the comics that I don't understand. Because I get that as a joke. But why did he become a villain in the first place? It just comes across as very hypocritical. And there is a commentary that could be made on the idea that the government is very much sometimes lying to people. But they didn't lie to him. They were straight up that they wanted that armor. So he made it. it would be very different if they were saying that they wanted the armor to protect people, and instead they used it to hurt people, which I think could have been a much better story than the whole, I don't understand why you're doing this, when the reality it is, you knew it from the get-go. But that's it. Like always, please like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Bye.